Now bring on board Rakesh Bihani, Joint Managing Director with Pantaloon Retail. Rakesh, morning. Thank you for joining us. Now, Rakesh, there is a buzz that FDI in retail would come post after presidential elections. Are you hearing anything on the same?
No, I have not heard anything more than what I have read in the newspapers or seen on the television. But I think the steps being taken by the government to build consensus is a welcome step. FDI is well due in this country, and it's very important for the long-term future of the supply chain in the country. So any decision which can be arrived at the earliest is always going to be a welcome thing.
And how, according to you, will this move benefit the entire retail sector and your company in particular?
Well, I think the FDI's real focus is on improving the supply chain. I think we keep hearing about all kinds of wastages that are happening in India, and the quality of output that we get, the productivity standards that India is achieving. So India is very low on its productivity standards, and what FDI does is that it allows you to integrate end-to-end from what they call the farm-to-fork supply chain. With that investment, what you'll find is the fact that the wastage levels can go down significantly. The estimates on the wastage is currently at about 34%. And even if we are able to take a reduction of about 15-20% over the next 5 to 10 years kind of level, that's a significant improvement. Plus the technology transfer that happens with the farmers because of the integration between the retail chain and the farmer, that itself will ultimately lead to a productivity improvement. Now, when you compare that to the kind of consumption growth that we are seeing in India, which is leading up to, with a shortage in supply chain on that front, it's leading up to higher prices in the country. So I think what's important is the fact that we need to improve the supply side, and FDI is a route towards investment in that direction.
Rakesh, having said that, a lot of retailers are actually crying foul over FDI in retail, and they believe that this will mean a huge loss for their existing business or for their setup. Now, is the concern really genuine and justified?
Well, I think there is no statistics in any country in the world where it has been proven that because of FDI or because of organized retail, there has been reduction in unorganized trade, or there has been kind of job losses. In fact, in most cases, retail has only increased the number of jobs that are getting created. And in a country like India, where the share of organized trade is a very small share, by the time we are able to even create a significance through the route of FDI, it's going to be a very, very long-term game. So I think unorganized trade is going to be unaffected by this move. In fact, they are only likely to benefit from the fact that there will be an investment in the supply chain, and they will also get the benefits of that. And at the same point of time, I believe the fact that unorganized trade will also reinvest in its own business, which would ultimately mean the fact that the consumer would get a better choice. So the resistance towards that is not founded on any facts. They're based on more emotions or ideologies. I think what's more important is to look at where are our economics standing at today in India, and what's the need for the tomorrow of India. What's the need for tomorrow of India in terms of creating jobs or creating better productivity, better supply chain.
You've been in the industry for long. Tell us how, according to you, FDI flows will shape up once FDI is allowed, and what is the current investment scenario in the retail industry?
Well, I would say that, I don't want to speculate in terms of which direction it will happen, what is the route, because there's so much discussion which has happened on the route of FDI. Till the time the final policy is not announced and all the details of that are not taking place, it's going to be very difficult to say where the investment will happen, how much investment will happen, which companies will come into India. One thing is quite clear, that India is a market which requires the investment. It requires improvement in the investment in India in this sector. It requires to create new jobs. Thus, it is important the fact that FDI is first permitted. It should be a welcome decision, and just hope that all parties come together to allow this to happen in the country.
Rakesh, of late, the Future Group has been in this, clean out mode. First, you sold your branded retail business, then your NBFC business. Are you in talks with any of the foreign players to sell stake at the parent, which is Pantaloon Retail?
No, I think we are not in talks with anybody as of today, because it's difficult to really talk to anybody without a policy being announced and the policy getting confirmed. Before that, doing talks really does not have any material impact at all. We know for a fact that there are many companies, both retailers as well as people who are really working in the supply side of the business. All of them are keen to come into this country to invest in the food supply chain of India, which is what they want to do. Some of them will only come and invest in the food supply chain provided there is going to be an organized trade which is capable of using the kind of systems and processes they implement to improve productivity. So overall, I think the investment has got to be there both on the supply side as well as on the demand side. Both sides it has to happen hand in hand. Thus, when we have a cash and carry route which allows people to invest only on the supply side, the investment has not happened in that route because the demand side is not happening, and without demand and supply both happening together, investment will not take place. So thus, I think it's important that multi-brand retail is opened up for investment.
The company has been quite active in the recent past to strike deals in order to pare down the debt as well. Tell us, what is the current debt in the books, and what are your ongoing plans to reduce it?
Well, I think last few months, in fact last few quarters, we've been sharing with the markets that our intention is to reduce our debt significantly, and as part of the process we were first looking at paring off debts by hiving off our non-core retail assets, and we have made some announcements on that front, and we would continue to do that process. The desire is to have a significantly lower debt. It's not possible right now to predict as to where it will be, because some of these investments are regulatory in nature and discussions are still on that front. But the company's desire and objective has been stated to be the fact that we should be able to pare down a significant chunk of our debt. We are hoping the fact that sometime in September, October, we should be in a position to share where the net debt number is projected likely to be in terms of March 2013 kind of levels.
So as of now, Rakesh, which are some of the assets which you are looking at monetizing?
No new assets as such. I think right now the bigger focus for us is investing in our core business, investing in the growth of that particular business, the Big Bazaar business, the Food Bazaar business, the Central business, Brand Factory businesses, Hometown. So these are the businesses that we are looking at investing in. We have done a lot of changes in the organizations. We have reworked a lot of our product categories and our assortment strategy. We have redeveloped some of our store formats also. So the real focus is to kind of expand these businesses as well, and at the same time increase the same store sales, which have taken a hit because of the lower demand and all the internal changes that we've done. And now the next step is basically to focus on getting the same store sales going back to a high growth trajectory throughout the next year.
And what is the outlook on the growth of the retail business? What kind of growth do you see in the coming years?
Well, I think it's difficult for me to say what's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. But if I want to just focus in the near term, the last couple of quarters have not been the best in terms of demand. The last quarter itself, with the heat level, the weather level, the change in the auspicious Hindu calendar kind of things have actually impacted the demand. But we're looking forward to the period ahead. For ourselves, we are projecting that we want to achieve a much higher growth trajectory, more higher than where we have been able to deliver in the past, and that's more to do with the internal work that we've done, and as well I think if the demand does pick up, which will be more clearer to us as we come into August and September, because the festive season is a late festive. Typically whenever festive is late, the demand is on the higher side. So we are quite buoyant, and we are targeting a double-digit same-store growth. That's what we want to achieve starting from Q2 onwards. And everybody in the organization has actually worked hard to build the building blocks to deliver those numbers.